What's the thing they do in Wayne's World? Swing, swing. Is that what it is?
Sure it is.
I can't remember.
I need to watch it again.
So do certain guitar shops get better guitars from the manufacturers? This is a question that we hear sometimes on our earballs.
Occasionally.
And in our eyeballs from the interwebs.
Yes.
And we'd like to break it down for you. There's a short answer. No and yes.
But also yes. Yeah.
And kind of maybe. Welcome to the world. Facts, triple facts. That goes out to you, Bentellect, on TikTok. But anyway, so it's a weird question. So in general, people may be like, hey, Sweetwater orders so many guitars, they must get the best guitars from Fender and Gibson.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. No. Not like, now, does Sweetwater get some of the outrageous, most spectacular guitars ever built by these manufacturers?
Yes.
Yes. Do they get the greatest? No. And let's just talk about like the production level. Like,
yes.
You're getting like a Player Series Strat.
Right.
Everybody's getting the same level Player Series Strat.
There is 100%. No dude who's like, oh, this is a great looking Player Strat. Let's send it to Sweetwater or Casino.
Let's ram it up in Fender American Pro too.
Same
exact thing.
Same answer.
Let's go to Ibanez, Charvel, Jackson, ESP.
I'm gonna say same.
Same. Okay, it is the same. Like, we know this from our friends at Sweetwater. We know it from being in a guitar shop from our friends at, from across the pond to all the manufacturers you talk to. There's not like when you order as a guitar shop, when you order a 618 Taylor or an 814, you can't be like, hey, send me that one with the really nice top.
We know you're not busy doing your job. Go out on the floor and find us the best.
Well, because that's not how it works.
It's just not how it works.
Now, that does happen sometimes. We'll get into that in a minute.
That's right.
But in general, when you're doing if you're a mass selling operation like Sweetwater or Guitar Center, Musician's Friend, is that still a thing?
I think for the moment.
Okay.
Could change anytime.
That could change. We don't know. That's kind of, I miss those days of the catalogs.
That's right.
The mass sellers in that respect, there's no possible way to do that. They're not getting a better quality instrument. The manufacturers are not setting aside a better quality piece because they need to have equal representation of that brand across the playing field out there. If you go to an authorized Taylor dealer, I'm using Taylor right now, and you see these really terrible 814s at these small shops, and you're hurting the brand.
Yes.
They would not do that. And so when we order a guitar from our manufacturer, there's someone called a rep that we talk to, and he takes our order.
We love our Taylor rep, by the way.
I love our Taylor rep. He, adventures with Don. That's all I'll say.
That's right.
Always adventures. That's why we miss seeing him at NAMM. But he doesn't watch our videos, so we can say whatever we want about him.
Absolutely.
And oh my God, the boxer shorts he wears. Anyway, hilarious. How did we know about that? That's another story. Stay tuned.
Different video.
But no, it's they put in the order. It goes in a computer system. It goes to to Taylor, because the reps are all across. Like, they go into the Taylor, but not as much now because of COVID.
Right.
But they're all over the country, and they're working their accounts, which their accounts are the guitar shops, and they're trying to take orders, and they're not trying to like shovel orders down our throats, but they're trying to fulfill what we need. So they can't do that. Now, let's get into the way you can get better guitars at a guitar shop.
It is possible.
Now, what we do a lot, and what a lot of the guys at Wildwood and Wilcuts and all the other like shops, from Sims to Music Land, all those sorts of great places, even that crazy Carlos up at Chuck Levin's. Carlos give me phone calls all the time last week, scaring me. But he doesn't watch our videos anyway, so I can say that. But if you haven't been to Chuck Levin's, it's an awesome shop. Go check it out. It's awesome up in the
very cool.
I was going to say the Pacific Northeast. I wanted to say that.
It's not a thing.
It's up there like Maryland, whatever, doesn't matter. But so all of us will sometimes go to these manufacturers. Pre-COVID, we'd go to the manufacturers a lot, and we would hand select pieces of wood to build like a 618 or an 814 or, custom shop stuff all the time.
Right.
Like, that's what we do. Like, you go to NAMM, you pick out wood to build custom shops. You go to the manufacturers, you pick out woods to build custom pieces. But also, you can have a limited run of pieces. Like Wildwood does multiple ones. They have their Wildwood 10s for their Fender custom shop, and they have their Gibson Les Paul sort of standards where they have a select top, where they go out, they pick out the pieces of wood. PRS does this with the wood library runs, which they have with their signature dealers. We have a whole video coming out talking about that whole type of idea of how dealerships work too. But that's a unique piece of better wood, often visually more stunning.
And that's really the only way to guarantee what your guitar is going to look like. Otherwise, it's just the luck of the draw. And like you said, it's not like there are horrible 814s and great. I mean, the 814s are awesome. Like, they're great.
Well, and like some people want like a crazy figured back.
That's
and
right.
I have some of our friends, like I'm gonna say Z's name, one of our great customers. He likes a very plain, symmetrical, like straight grain.
Straight grain, yeah.
Back. Like he doesn't want it to look like anatomy.
Like what's the blot things?
Yeah, some people do. Like they want that. That's all I'm gonna say.
What do you see? It's my mother.
It's a Rorschach, is what you're talking
that's
about.
The thing.
Did you not know that?
I mean, I sort of did in my brain. I'm not that educated.
Have you not seen Ben Affleck's The Accountant, his finest work? God, I love Ben Affleck.
I was thinking more about The Watchmen.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's good. I never finished that show. Nah, I didn't read the graphic novels either because I
haven't watched the show, only the movie.
Okay.
We digress.
Anyway, don't go back to the movie.
It's not good. Don't watch it, but it's kind of fun.
But watch 300. That's Zack Snyder's. I don't know if he did Watchmen. I think he did. That was his finest. One of the best movies ever made. I even showed my 7-year-old son just the first major fight scene. He was like, I need to go be a Greek warrior. I'm like, well, they're gone. You don't want to be a Greek warrior today.
No.
They're confused.
Different. A little different.
Anyway, where were we? Okay, so back to woods. So, and we often do, like we can get, also this is what happens from the manufacturers and our reps. We have some great ones, like our guy at PRS, again, like he will send us pictures of stuff that maybe came right off the line that's not spoken for yet. And I'll be like, yeah, and I tell him what we're looking for. And if it's something close, he'll send us pictures. And we're like, yes, send it immediately. And that's sort of an idea of getting a visual hand select. With PRS,
because we're looking at a guitar that's built already. Built. We're not ordering, guitars that will be produced. That guitar, we can see the top.
No, and that's like with, again, Wildwood's Thin Skin. They did too with their fenders. That's an American production. Those are around $2,200 right now. They were like, I have one. It's a Jazzmaster back there. The great guitars. It's just
someone was asking what that Jazzmaster was.
It's a Wildwood Thin Skin nitrocellulose 59 Jazzmaster. It's not an original 59. I wish it was. That'd be cool. Anodized pickguard.
You heard it here.
Great guitar. I'm not huge on the bridge pickup. It's a little bit bright, but I love the guitar. The neck is great. It's all nitro, and it was just kind of neat to be able to get a nitro guitar at like that $1,500 price range when I got it.
Yes.
It's not $1,500 anymore. They're $22, I think, $21.99.
Still not bad.
And they make great runs though. Fall them, they sell out immediately. If Steve has extras, I'll just take them. I like them.
Just send them here.
I asked him that once at NAMM. I was like, "Can I take your extras?" Yeah, he was like, "You couldn't afford the extras," because his extras are a different level of. Like, I just want like 5. He's like, "No, we do like 50 at a time." And I'm like, "Oh,
sorry, Steve.
I can't buy 25. Jazzmasters are the same. I wish I could."
Be fun.
No, so and it's also as you develop as a shop sometimes, like, and like we go out there as friends. This is the neat part. Like we meet guys that work the factory floors sometimes, and you become friends with them. And these are things our reps don't even know about.
Right.
We get their phone numbers, and we become bros. And we see them at NAMM sometimes. We hang out, and like those sometimes call like, "Hey, there's a great piece. Like we can help put this away. We know you have orders on this." That's kind of neat, and it's one of those unheard things of why it's really smart to be cool and just like have. And just like we're selling guitars for a living and talking about guitars.
So be nice.
And we'll just have fun.
Have fun.
It's great.
We never have fun.
But in general, right? Like it's if you order a Fender Stratocaster, you're getting the Fender Stratocaster that comes off the line in your order time is what comes to your shop.
Yes.
Hands down, there's no changes about that. There's no guy from Sweetwater or guy from Casino Guitars or guy from Wildwood out at Fender watching the guitars come off the line. We'll take that one, that one.
That's cool.
Because when you were,
I'd go do that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We did that. And when we were in the Mexican Taylor factory, and we saw those few GS Mini Koas come off. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And they were stunning. I was like, oh my
Some
goodness.
of the best tops we've ever seen.
Better than like the K24s.
Yeah.
Like literally better.
Like really gorgeous.
I was like, can we have those? And they're like, no, we can't.
Maybe.
It's just because it's too much trouble for the manufacturer to
hey, we're in Mexico. Here, let's set these aside for Baxter and
Casino.
Yeah.
Or this is slotted for Sweetwater right here, unless they do a hand selection of woods. That's the only time that happens. Yeah. And we all do that.
Sure.
I mean, like Sweetwater does not make their bread on custom builds.
Right.
They service like the middle. Their average ticket price is going to be like $1,000 and below. They're not, anything custom is well over that, especially once you get to like the boutique makers.
Yeah.
And they don't really carry many boutiques, I don't think at all. A few. I was thinking Loudon, but they don't.
No.
But,
they have a handful, but
Loudon could not make enough guitars to get to Sweetwater. I was talking to...
Here's your 2 guitars.
No, because I was talking to, like, I'm friends with the guys at Loudon. I was talking to Alistair the other day on the interwebs, and, you know, they just got this... I'm not going to say what it was, but they just got this great log, a great piece of wood that's going to become an exclusive later this year. And I was like, we'll take at least 1 or 2. He told me, and I'm not supposed to say what the wood is. It's zinc or something. That's all I'll say, wink, wink. But it's a special piece. But he's like, you know, the other manufacturers, this is just kind of like a little twig to them. But this is good for us. We can build these amount of guitars with this one. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And so they could never service someone like Sweetwater. Right. It just... unless they had to ramp up their entire facilities, then you lose the craft.
I was going to say, that changes the whole dynamic of the brand at that point.
Of what Loudon is. Because I want to think of Alistair there with his little whittle just chiseling away, making the guitar slowly, because he's their master neck maker or neck breaker. I can't remember. He's not very good at building guitars. He sells them.
I just think of him as like a little Irish wood fairy.
His beard has gotten thick
making
too.
Magic.
He doesn't look like this yet, but his beard's gotten good over COVID.
He hangs in there.
Oh my goodness.
Put the scissors away.
So I mean, yeah. So fire your questions at us and like your thoughts. We love like picking out woods. Like it's one of the best part of like getting the 2 planks, like especially with Martin.
That's really fun.
And like when you match them, and then with PRS, the private stock, you know, they get the 2 blocks, they put them together, they wet them, so you can see what it's actually going to look like with finish or like a little bit of like the depth.
That's amazing to me when you put it on there and you see, oh God, there's the flame. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's like it's fun hand selecting all that stuff. And most of these companies, like the smaller companies, can actually get better guitars because they have the time and resources to do that.
You mean like when you're a tailor and Andy Powers comes out and like picks wood for you?
Yes, when we did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when we were at I forgot about that. We were at Taylor Guitars picking out woods, and then Andy Powers comes down, like he helps me. I was like, Andy, will you just pick it for me?
Well, we got to take this one because Andy has hand blessed it.
He kissed it, and that guitar's now found a home probably somewhere in the world out there from our wee shop.
I would say so.
But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty neat. So as a small shop, you have the opportunity to really cultivate your collection.
Yes.
And like, because every guitar we have, and all these other, sort of smaller shops and that, I say like, not like, the CMEs and like, even though they have a killer collection, so that's different. They're an anomaly. But no, like you can really cultivate your collection and have the best of the best.
Right. It's true.
But if we're ordering Fender American Pro 2s or Gibson traditional and standards, it's just whatever order number that comes off.
What comes off the truck? Yep.
Yeah. You got anything else to say about this?
I think that's about it. I think we covered it.
And you look nice today.
You look nice today too.
Thanks. I put on a black shirt. It was a special occasion.
Very slimming.
Yeah. Is it? Thank goodness for my girlish figure. I'm really working out hard on that. I need to go to the gym.
Or
listen.
What if we all took Taekwondo together as a guitar shop?
So this isn't a what if. So Jonathan's already doing this with his son, I think. And I think
2 classes into my white belt.
I think I'm about to go buy a white outfit and start next week with my 4-year-old.
We can release sparring videos. Jonathan and
then we're going to talk Derek, who's behind the camera, into doing it next.
He'll kill us both, though.
No, we'll kick Derek's behind.
I don't want to say it. I was trying to be nice.
I want to kick him in the gut.
You could.
But for me to do that, I have to like kick high because he's taller than me.
High-ish, yeah.
So it sort of stinks that I'm tinier.
See, I've been stretching every day.
I hate you.
I'm going to do a split.
So let us know about your guitar Taekwondo stories.
Probably not.
Or if you like to wear white outfits. No, seriously, let us know what you think. I'm out.
Hit like and subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss videos in the future. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.